What is up, guys? Today's question is, how much protein do you need to gain muscle? Alright, so a lot of people think that we need a lot of protein, and I always advocate, you need higher protein. That's just the general rule, okay? But there's only a certain amount you are going to need to get the maximum amount of muscle growth. People are consuming way too much. It's not a bad thing, but it's expensive. Like, protein is probably one of the most expensive things you can be consuming. I mean, you look at red meat, you look at chicken, you look at like fish, all those things are really expensive. And so when you're not consuming enough, that can be a problem. But if you're also consuming too much, the problem is that you're spending a lot of money on that, when money could be spent or saved. So what I want to share with you guys today, the best amount of protein you're going to need for your body, and how you're going to be able to save yourself some money, still make the gains you want to make, and at the end of the day, that's going to be the best result for you. You're going to be able to lose that body fat as efficiently as possible. So there have been a lot of studies done lately, and I like to follow a lot of studies, and like some of the top experts in the field, like Dr. Brad Schoenfeld, Alan Aragon, all those people, they talk about muscle protein synthesis and things like that, And so what they've discovered is a maximum amount of protein that someone can utilize for in a daily basis is 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilo of body weight, okay? So when we look at this, if you get your body weight in kilograms, so let's say for me at the moment, 65 kilos, right? 65 kilos times 1.6, or let's say 70, let's round it up to 70. 70 times 1.6 is only 112 grams. That's not a lot of protein, and it's very, very easy to get. A lot of people think that they need like 150, 200 grams, and I was like this for a long time. I used to try and get 200 grams of protein a day. That is an excessive amount of protein, and we don't need that much. And if you don't need that much, like, that was costing me a lot of money, because I was having protein shakes, I was having large amounts of protein at every meal, especially red meat and white meat, and my food bill was just going up and up and up. But what I found over time is I'm still pretty lean, and I've maintained a lot of my muscle mass, actually decreasing the amount of protein I'm having to these recommended numbers. At first I was scared, because I was like, oh, I'm going to lose some muscle mass, what's going to happen? What I've discovered is I'm still retaining and gaining muscle on lower protein diet, and making sure I'm bumping my carbs up and my fat, so I'm having more energy during the day and getting more calories in. So what you need to do first of all is get your body weight in kilograms and times it by 1.6, okay? Because I always like to say the higher level, because at the end of the day, we still love protein. So let's say let's say you're 100 kilos, right? So 1.6, your maximum would be 160 grams you need a day. Not many people are going to be 100 kilos. Some are, but that's what you want to sit at. You don't want to go over that. Like, that's the maximum, remember, too. So that means your minimum can be a lot lower. Your minimum could be 120 grams of protein a day. So as long as you're getting in between that range. Now, another thing that people think about is protein. When we go, all right, so I need 120 grams of protein a day, so I'm going to get 120 grams of chicken breast. That is not 120 grams of protein, because chicken breast, meat, all of those protein sources, 1 gram of that does not equal 1 gram of protein, okay? And that's where we get a little bit confused. So I want to share with you guys some things. 100 grams of chicken breast or 100 grams of red meat, they roughly are about between 22 to 25 grams of protein per 100 gram serving, okay? So that way you would need, like, let's say chicken breast, you would need about half a kilo of chicken breast, and that would equal, let's say 25 times 5, that would equal 125 grams of protein, okay? So if you're having 100 grams of if you're having a 100 gram chicken breast serving 5 times a day, then you would hit that protein intake. Same goes for red meat, about 22 to 25 grams per 100 grams, depending on the quality. The leaner it is, the more protein it's going to have per 100 grams. And that gives you guys an example. Like, one protein shake, a 30 gram serving of protein shake, which is 1 level scoop, has about 21 to 25 grams of protein per serving, depending on what you get. And so that's what you need to think about. It's not about just like, all right, if I need 120 grams of protein, it's going to be from 120 grams of chicken breast. You need to discover how much protein is in each food. And so a lot of people struggle with this because they think they might be getting enough protein, but they actually aren't. Or people consume way too much. Like, people consume one full chicken breast a day, and that could be 500 grams, and they could consume that for lunch and then have another one for dinner, and it's costing people a lot of money. So if you want to save money, you can actually think about, okay, so if I want to get my maximum rate of protein a day, which is 120 grams, how am I going to get that? How am I going to get that throughout the day? Oh, it's pretty easy to actually achieve, and then you can just start cutting it down for there. So let's say, like on an average day, you could have eggs in the morning, you could have like a little snack during the day. Let's say you had a protein shake. Then you had 1 serving of 100 gram meat on lunch and 1 serving of 100 gram meat for dinner. You've pretty much hit your ratio right there, because you're getting about 25 to 30 grams of protein every single meal, because let's say most people have 100 to 120 grams instead of just 100 gram serving. You're going to get, like, out of 4 meals, you can easily reach your protein goals. And that's it. Once you've hit it, boom, you've hit your goal, and now you can go and eat carbohydrates and fats more. And the big thing is, though, protein is satiating. So while that's not your limit, you can have more. It's going to help you feel fuller for longer the more protein you have. But you can also increase your amount of vegetables you're eating, which is fibrous, and fiber helps you feel more fuller for longer too. So don't try and consume 200 grams or 150 grams of protein a day if you don't need to, because that could be saved money, and you could be spending that on other foods like carbohydrates and fats. They're going to help you with your fat loss goals. They're going to help you with lean muscle, and it's going to help you with everything else. So that's the video for today, guys. I hope it was informative. So just remember, 1.6 grams per kilo of body weight, and that's all the protein you need. If you have any other questions, make sure to comment down below. Now, what I want you guys to do is pick up my free 6-pack secrets ebook. All you have to do is click the link below, and I'll send you my first chapter, and it's going to teach you exactly how to get a 6-pack and gain muscle. Till next time, speak to you guys then.